How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading with the prices going up or down. The incredible shrinking market share of Circle's USDC stablecoin. Data from CoinGecko shows that the market cap of USDC has been steadily plunging and has hit a 2-year low. USDC has been consistently losing market capitalization since the SVB issue in March 2023, CryptoQuant head of research Julia Monero said. Our interpretation is that USDC lost some trust from the market after this event, and there are also issues with DeFi, as USDC is used heavily in DeFi, and the DeFi space has also seen a drop in activity similar to centralized markets. Director of Research at Kale Calamadillo, I believe that's how you say it, said that she noted that this is more unusual that the market cap of Tether continued to rise, but that could be in part because people don't really sell as much Tether as they do USDC. This is because USDC is largely used for non-volatile liquidity when USDT is collateral for perpetual trading. So perpetual is using like leverage and stuff. I wouldn't suggest doing it. NYC Seaport scavenger hunt brings NFTs into the real world. Peering at QR code through my phone's camera like a spyglass, the author zoomed into a pearlescent purple orb to obtain their digital prize. They kept their finger crossed that an NFT collectible would land in their wallet. A scavenger hunt designed to encourage the engagement and exploration around tourist-friendly parts of Manhattan is piloting this program with MoonPay. For the next couple of months, the payment provider MoonPay and real estate developer Howard Hughes Corporation are pairing NFTs with the real world. The Seaport scavenger hunt runs through October, but the chance to find 10 purple pearls that yield NFTs and a shot at weekly prizes such as concert tickets or a curated gift box from a local business was something that this author loved, and it sounds pretty cool because it's linking the real world with NFTs and getting people to visit parts of the city. Imagine you win the prize and it's tickets to a concert, but you're not able to go, he told the Crypt. Now you can take this prize and put it on OpenSea, and someone else could buy it on the secondary market and they can go in your place. So it makes things much simpler, and then you're not getting charged as a ticket scalper. Robinhood buys back Sam Bankman-Fried seized shares worth $600 million. A little bit more than that. Robinhood completed on Thursday a buyback of $606 million in seized shares that were once in the hands of FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried, according to an SEC filing. If you don't remember, they said that this possibly would not happen because they wanted to use these to pay back Alameda Research or FTX investors. Robinhood said in Thursday's filing that it had used corporate cash on its balance sheet to make the repurchase. District Judge Lewis Kaplan, who ordered the deal could take place and oversees Sam Bankman-Fried's criminal fraud case, ruled the DOJ could have rejected Robinhood's offer if it benefited people associated with the disgraced crypto Mongol's alleged crimes. So, onto the charts. We are getting a bit of a breakdown from our triangle. We have that red candle that we've been warning about. So, we are seeing this pattern break down. We've been warning about it for a while, so just keep an eye on it. If we do see a bit more pullback, again, it can take us down to right around that 252 billion, about 252 and a half. But I went on a full retracement. We could just retrace to possibly the 292 and see a bounce off that Fibonacci zone. That is very possible as well, because we've had a few wicks down there. So we could fill these wicks and then see some price action upwards. So our stochastic is starting to fall, RSI is overall falling out, the money flow is rejecting away from our neutral, our VWAP is pushing down pretty aggressively, and our money flow is coming out after that red dot, so overall is pretty bearish. Over on our Bitcoin dominance, we are trying to get a little bit of a pump here at the end apparently, but we're not getting too much. It's 0.09%. Our stochastic still has that bearish cross and is coming down. Our RSI is pretty flat. The VWAP is breaking that bearish territory. Our money flow is heading down. Our momentum has that red dot. So I would just keep an eye on things. We could see a full rejection if we don't get some bullish momentum tomorrow or Sunday. Monday may be something that would spill over. We could trade flat and then just drop down. Over on our Bitcoin futures, we have a little mini gap here up. So that 2624, we could see that fill. Maybe we come back, fill that, but we do still have that gap up too. So we're leaving quite a few gaps up. That could set us up for some quick volatile movements back up too. We are getting close to our support level. So if we push any lower, we almost filled this gap. We got a wick to it. If we kind of break this support, we could see lower price action, at which point this 20K will likely fill. Our stochastic is pushing down, our RSI is coming out, our VWAP is coming down into the bearish territory, our money flow, is overall trending out. So we look a little more bearish here, and our momentum's coming down with that red dot. So everything's pointing down. I wouldn't get too hopeful unless we get some green candles tomorrow. Over on Bitcoin, pretty similar scenario here. Probably going to see a bunch of flag breakouts, as yesterday we made a bunch of flags. Our stochastic is heading down, RSI is coming down, our VWAP is heading down under that neutral, our money flow is trending out, and our momentum is coming down with a red dot. So overall, we look like we could get a rejection from here. So be wary, mind your stop losses if you're in any kind of long position. RSI is overall trending out here on the 4 hour. Stochastic staying pretty tight. Our VWAP is heading up toward that neutral, so if it doesn't break bullishly, we could get a bit of a flop here. Our money flow is trying to head up, and our momentum looks like it wants to head up, so we do have a little bit possibility for some bullish momentum to come from here and push us upwards. Speaking of which, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, leave a comment down below, and join us in the Discord. If you can't find the Discord link, again, it's in that middle paragraph. I will put up top in the beginning of the videos sometime this weekend. I got a few issues with our 3D printer that I need to fix, but things are yet to come. Stochastic's heading up. On the 2 hour, our RSI is curling over, our VWAP is pushing up, our money flow is starting a bearish trend, and our momentum has a bullish divergence, but if the money flow keeps coming out, that bullish divergence is likely going to get invalidated. We're on the 1 hour, our stochastic's starting to roll off, our RSI is starting to flatten out here, VWAP is starting to curl away, our money flow is kind of in a bullish trend, we're getting a higher high here. We are with consistent lows though, so just watch out, we could come back up toward this resistance at 12.8, and then we could get a pullback from there. Our momentum is starting to roll away as our VWAP is starting to come down. So overall, if we don't get another green candle and break this resistance, we could get a rejection here and continue to drop. This would be our retest here. If you're any kind of a breakout pattern trader, then your retest after you see that rejection would be your point of entry, not financial advice. Stochastic is starting to come down, RSI is starting to head down, our VWAP's breaking into the bearish territory, our money flow is overall in a bearish trend, our momentum is coming out with a red dot on graph on the daily here, so we look pretty similar to Bitcoin as we're breaking that flag and heading down. Over on the 4 hour, RSI is overall trending out, stochastic's pretty beat down, doesn't have much more room to go, it's as oversold as it can be. Our money flow is in a bit of a bearish trend, coming back down. If it sets a new low, we could see continued downside. We haven't gotten a retest like Bitcoin yet here, so that is still possible too. Our VWAP does want to come up, going toward that neutral, so that it could go head up toward that bullish territory, give us that retest, at which point we'd want to see if we get rejected or not, and then we'd be able to see if we get rejected from that neutral, we would see further downside. However, if we hold with strength, we would break into this pattern, retest, hold, and continue up. Our momentum is coming out, so overall we're looking a little iffy. Over on the 2 hour, our stochastic is running up, RSI is overall trending out, our VWAP is above that neutral very slightly, doesn't have much strength, so watch out as we're setting up a bit of a topping pattern. We have this green candle with a red indecision candle, and another red candle. We have references to this in the Discord as well, so hit that link and join the Discord if you want to get those references. Money flow is trending out. Our momentum does want to come up, so we look a little wishy-washy. If the VWAP doesn't gain some significant strength here and we see some green candles, it's likely we'll roll over here. Over on the 1 hour, we are starting to roll away. Our RSI is starting to trend out. Our stochastic has a bearish cross and is heading down. Our VWAP is over the neutral, about to break through it, so keep an eye on that. If that breaks through, we could set up bearish momentum. Our money flow does have a bearish trend, and our momentum is curling away, about to get a red dot. Over on Anchor for the daily, we are seeing a breakdown here too. This is a bit of a confirmation of a breakdown as we broke out yesterday, and we are trending down from it. Our stochastic is heading down, RSI is heading down, our money flow is pushing down, our VWAP is pushing down, they're both in the bearish territory. Our momentum is rolling over with a red dot pushing pretty low. So we are pretty beat down here on the 1 hour. Over on the 4 hour, you can see we've got a little bit of this wick retrace, not quite all of it. RSI is overall heading down, stochastic's heading down. That VWAP is flip-flopping, it doesn't know if it wants to go bullish or bearish. Our money flow is in a slight bullish trend as we're getting higher highs and higher lows, but as far as like these few candles, however, looking at the last couple of candles since the breakdown, we are starting to trend with the lower highs, so if we continue to push and get lower lows, we could start a new bearish trend. Our momentum is starting to roll away with a red dot, so keep that in mind as well. Over on the 2 hour, we are starting to trend away, so we got a little bit of a retest and we're starting to see that push down. Our stochastic is starting to roll away, our RSI is starting to roll away, our VWAP broke into our bullish territory, but didn't gain much strength, so it's starting to push down. That could invalidate this bullish divergence on our money flow, our momentum, sorry. So if that momentum bullish divergence gets invalidated, then we could get pushed down. You will see these divergences during bottoms when you keep dropping, because sometimes you get broken indicators like that, so keep that in mind when you're trading as well. Our money flow is trading out, so we do have a bearish trend and it's getting stronger. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic is starting to roll away. Our RSI is pretty flat. Our VWAP is in the bearish territory, but it's riding right under that neutral. If it can push back up and gain some significant strength, somewhat like it tried to do here, like it did more here, then we could get a push up. Our money flow is in a slight bullish trend with higher lows, but we're going to need it to come up and make a higher high. Our momentum is trying to push up. We have a red dot on it as our VWAP's bearish, but that red dot's a little wishy-washy as the VWAP doesn't know where it wants to be. Definitely watch the next few candles. Our stochastic's starting to push down on XRP for the daily. Our RSI is starting to trend out. Our VWAP is breaking into the bearish territory. Our money flow is trending pretty strongly into the bearish territory as well. We are pushing back under our flag. Our momentum's coming out with that red dot. Over on the 4 hour here, RSI is trying to bounce. Our stochastic wants to make a move up. Our VWAP is struggling to get over that neutral though. So even though we're trying to get these bounces, we keep meeting resistance. Our money flow is in a little bit of a bearish trend as we keep coming out, but we can't manage to break under a 15. So if we don't break under 15 and we break above 8, we could see a little bit of a push up. Our momentum does want to come up, so we are looking a little hopeful here, but we'll have to see if the lower time frames can keep that hope alive. Our stochastic's trying to head up here on the 2 hour. Our RSI is pretty flat. Our VWAP is running above that neutral. It has a bit of strength going, so if this can continue, that can help propel us forward. Our momentum does have a bullish divergence and wants to come up, so that is good for us, but our money flow is a bit bearish. It keeps trending between this 12, 13 zone and about 9. So if it can't break above this 9 and it pushes below that 13, we could see another leg down and see the bearish trend get stronger. Over on the 1 hour, we did come up for a retest and we are starting to reject. So if we get continued red candles from here, we could see our breakdown or toward our point of control like we've been warning. Our breakdown would be around 39. Our point of control is just under that 38 we've had mapped out for quite some time. Our RSI is starting to curl out, stochastic is starting to round away, our VWAP is starting to curl away, our money flow is trying to trend up with slightly higher lows, but it's not really getting higher highs either. So if it can't break through this like 8.5 zone here, it's likely to push back down, at which point if it breaks down lower, we could get another leg down, or even if it stays consistent. If you see, every time we drop down to this point, that's when we got a bottom. Our momentum is coming up as our VWAP's trying to come up, but our VWAP's trying to stagger. So if our VWAP doesn't start to gain some strength from here, it's likely it could roll over and we could get a breakdown from here. Over on algo for the daily, we are trying to break, but it's very slightly. So this actually looks like the better of the coins, shockingly, because everything else has been pretty beat down. Maybe that's because our drunken line here. I don't know. Take it how you want. Stochastic's starting to head down. RSI is starting to head down. Our VWAP is trending under that neutral and breaking into the bearish territory. And our momentum is falling. Our money flow is in the bearish trend. So overall, we are pretty bearish looking, but with this candle, if we can get some green candles here, that could help push us up. This candle, if it closes and then we get a big green candle that's as big as this red candle, that would be a bullish candle pattern. See our Discord if you want to know what those are. Over on the 4 hour, we are overall trending away. We are trying to retest, but we are getting rejected with a long upper shadow candle. Again, we have references to that. That is a bearish pattern though. RSI is trying to head up. Our stochastic's trying to come down. Our VWAP's in the bearish territory, but does want to head back up. Our VWAP is in a little bit of a bullish trend, even though our price is coming down. Our momentum is heading down because our VWAP broke down, but it looks like it wants to roll back up because the VWAP's trying to test that neutral. So if the VWAP breaks bullish, we could get continued price action up. Our money flow is pretty flat here, so just watch if we make a bounce. That would be some bullish movement. However, we could just be dragging out to fall back flat, kind of like we did back here, which gave us these drops. Over on the 2 hour, our stochastic is starting to head up. Our RSI is starting to roll away. The stochastic did have a bullish divergence that gave us our retest, but we are starting to pull back from it. Our money flow is falling into the bearish territory here. It tried to break bullish several times, but it didn't manage to sustain. Our VWAP is in the bullish territory, not very strongly though, so it does look like it could roll away and fall flat. Our momentum is in a slight bullish divergence. It's not highlighting, but like I said, those aren't always guaranteed to help you here. Over on the 1 hour, you can see that roll away, but we are trying to rebound. So if we can get another green candle and push forward, we could retest this support level. So that's why I said it looks a little bit better than some of the other coins, because I figured that could be the possibility. Our stochastic overall is trending out. It's about to make a bearish cross. Our RSI is pretty flat. Our money flow is struggling to break above the 7, so if it breaks above here, we could get some bullish momentum. However, this is a spot where it has pulled back from. Our VWAP is starting to roll away. Our momentum is trying to come up, so let's not look or come down. It's starting to roll off. It was trying to come up with a bullish divergence, but with that VWAP losing strength, we could see it fall down. So keep that in mind. So quickly for our meme coins, we are starting to fall away from this topping pattern we managed to form. We do have references for that in our Discord again. If you want that Discord, follow that link in the middle of the paragraph in our description. Stochastic is falling, RSI is falling, our money flows in a bearish trend, our VWAP's breaking bearish, and the momentum has a red dot forming. So we do have potential to get a pretty significant move down from here. Over on the 4 hour, we did come up, get a double top, and that rejected us down. Our RSI is trending down, Stochastic's pretty beat down, our money flow is trying to head up, it's struggling to get toward that neutral and break above strongly, so if it kind of rolls away here, we could set up a bearish trend. Our momentum is coming out, so overall we're not looking too positive. Over on the 2 hour, we have that double top, a manipulation X, so it's both brought us down. We are came back down. We are trying to retest kind of this support zone, at least the upper level. If we don't manage to break through and sustain here, we could see our price action fall away toward around this 6-cent zone, at which point, if we don't sustain that, we could see that wick fill that we warned about. The stochastic is trying to run up, RSI is trying to head up, but our money flow is starting to get a rejection and the VWAP is starting to roll over. The momentum does want to come up though, but if the VWAP rolls over, that's likely to be short-lived. Over on the 1 hour, we have a potential for a bear flag to be forming here, so that could break us down. This could be just a freak breakdown. Stochastic's starting to roll off. RSI is pretty flat, but it was trying to come up. Our VWAP is starting to head down, and our money flow is heading bullish. It did get a bounce, but we're kind of struggling to break above this 7. If we don't break above and hold strong, then we could just fall flat and get rejected. Our momentum is coming up, but if that VWAP continues to fall, that momentum is likely to roll over. Finally, for SHIB for tonight, we are falling flat. We have a bit of a bear flag here as well. Our stochastic is starting to make a bearish cross. RSI is starting to head down. Our money flow is breaking bearish. VWAP's in the bearish territory, and the momentum has a red dot that's pushing down. So overall, we could see a bit of a push lower. That lower would likely fill this wick here. Over on the 4 hour, our RSI is coming down, stochastic's coming down, the money flow does want to head up. Our VWAP is trying to break bullish, but it keeps getting rejected, and the momentum is struggling to sustain bullish strength as well, because the VWAP just can't break through. It is trying to come back up though, so if it comes back up with some strength, we could get a strong move up. However, if it rejects here, we could get another leg down. Over on the 2 hour, nothing too exciting. We had some manipulation X's, so if you saw those and you've seen other coins, we've warned about those breaking you down. Stochastic's trying to head up, RSI is starting to roll away. The VWAP is a little iffy, it does want to roll away here, so keep an eye on it. The money flow is starting to reject away as well, so that is looking like we could set up some bearish momentum. Our momentum does want to come up with a double green dot, but that VWAP's looking weak, so that may be short-lived. Over on the 1 hour here, kind of zigzagging around, don't really have a bear flag here. Stochastic's starting to push down pretty aggressively though. RSI is pretty flat. Our VWAP is managing to sustain bullish strength, so if the money flow can continue up, we may get a sustained move up. However, it's looking a little dicey. Our momentum is starting to push away, so that momentum could get a rejection if the VWAP rolls over here. Keep in mind, these meme coins will fall in line with more of the market. Doge did a little more with Elon Musk, but thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night.